People often say to me, it is impossible to make rice in the pressure cooker. I always burn it. It's either too wet or too gummy or too dry. I just can't make rice in the pressure cooker. Well, today we are going to teach you how to make perfect rice in your pressure cooker. We'll give you all the ingredients, all of the measurements, and today you'll be able to walk away and say, I can now make perfect rice in my pressure cooker. Coming up. Randall here with Cooking Under Pressure, a YouTube channel teaching you how to use your pressure cooker and sharing a bunch of recipes that I've learned how to make over the years. I love using my pressure cooker, whether you've got an Instapot, maybe a Power Pressure Cooker XL or a Cuisinart, doesn't matter. They're all very similar. We're going to teach you how to use your pressure cooker, make fantastic meals, and get over the fear of using your pressure cooker. If you're new to the site, please click on below and subscribe. And now let's get to today's video. One of the staples on your dinner plate is always going to be rice. And I get asked many, many times, do you make rice in the pressure cooker? And yes, I do. I make all kinds of rice in the pressure cooker. I used to live in Japan, so I definitely prefer Japanese rice. Korean rice, very similar. Short grain, starchy, nice and soft, chewy. But you've got basmati, which is great for pilaf. You have jasmine, which is awesome for curries. You can definitely do yellow rice if you want to do paella or something along those lines, or Uncle Bent. However you slice it up, we're talking about rice is easy to make in this pressure cooker. Now, for Japanese rice, the one little trick I'm going to show you today is most people don't understand. It is just a 1:1 ratio of rice. When you're cooking rice on the stove, it's usually a little bit higher, often 2:1, but in the pressure cooker, it's very close to a 1:1 ratio. Now, I've got Nishiki rice. It's actually made in produced out of California. It's a Japanese style rice, as I just mentioned. Love this rice, very flavorful, very tasty, great with stir fries, and as I mentioned, curries. But I've already put 2 cups of rice into my pressure cooker. I've also already washed my rice. Now, with Japanese rice, you've got a white starch on the rice. So what you're going to want to do is go to the sink and rinse it. I usually rinse it, as you can see, once, maybe twice. Try to get that milky cover off the Nishiki or the Calrose rice. But this definitely is the most flavorful rice, in my opinion. So how do we make our Japanese rice in the pressure cooker? Well, I can tell you right now, it only takes 6 minutes pressure cooking time. Yeah, it definitely takes a little bit longer overall. As I mentioned in my 101 video, you got to get the pressure up, you get the cooking time 6 minutes, and then we do a natural release with the rice. What I do is I take a little bit of olive oil, 1, 2, 3, and I just put it in right inside with the rice. I also have already measured exactly 1:1, so I've got 2 cups of rice, and I'm going with 2 cups of water. Now, I can do stock. I use a chicken stock, or there's a great stock. It's a miso ginger stock from Trader Joe's. Sometimes I'll make that with the rice. Now, it'll make your rice a little bit darker. It won't be as white and brilliant if you want your white rice to be very white. It gets a little dingy, but the flavor is awesome. Now, my secret little ingredient that I have is right here. I put some Kerrygold grass-fed cows butter, and I just take 1 scoop like that and put that in. It's as simple as that. We're talking a little olive oil, a little bit of butter. You can use margarine. I use this Kerrygold. It's grass-fed cows. It's a little bit more expensive, but I prefer that. And you can also add a little bit of salt in here if you'd like, but I just keep it as simple as possible. The rice, 2 cups, 2 cups of matched water or whatever liquid you're using. Now, I already washed my rice. When you wash your rice, there is going to be a little bit more liquid residue left over with the rice when you bring it back into the pressure cooker. That's probably going to be about 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. That is perfect. That's the perfection. You want that little extra water. You won't have any sticking on the bottom of this pan. You will make perfect rice in this pressure cooker in approximately 13 to 15 minutes. So I've mixed it up a little bit. I am going to put my lid on my Power Pressure Cooker XL. I've got a risotto and a rice button. Go straight to 6 minutes. That's all I'm going to do, folks. 6 minutes. Make sure that, as you remember in my 101 video, that my pressure valve is locked, and probably in about 6 to 8 minutes my pressure indicator will pop up. That means the Power Pressure Cooker is pressurized. It'll take 6 minutes. After that, I'm going to let it naturally release, and then we'll come back and I'll show you perfect Japanese rice. So while we're waiting for our rice to cook, I have one of my favorite Japanese beverages. It is sake, and this is a nigori sake, which roughly translates to cloudy. And as you can see, it's kind of a milky color, and cloudy is a cold sake. It's very refreshing, very tasty. We have less than 6 minutes left. We've already gotten up to pressure, and kanpai. Enjoy. This sake will cost you about $7 to $10. You can probably get it at your local grocery store. That's where I got mine. But nigori sake. Enjoy. All right, our rice is finished. Let's take a look at this beautiful rice. Remember, I always open up the pressure cooker away. Ooh, nice and beautiful and hot. Let's take a look at this beautiful rice. Oh, look at this, like a pillowy cloud. As you can see, no stick on the bottom, perfectly light, airy, white rice. And this is Japanese rice, which tends to be a little bit more glutinous and a little stickier, but look at that. You can make sushi with this right now if you wanted to. Perfect rice if you want to mix it with some vegetables, some meat. You can use this for some curries, pour some curry over the top of this, but beautiful fluffy rice. As you can see, with what we came up with, we had, being the Japanese rice, you had about 2 or 3 extra tablespoons of rice in it, so it comes out absolutely perfect. We added 1 scoop of margarine or butter, whichever one you want to use, and then finally I drizzled with a little bit of olive oil. That's it. We use the pink Himalayan salt, but that's it. You have perfect rice. Look at that. Beautiful, fluffy white rice. So for those of you that say, hey, I can't cook white rice in a pressure cooker, there you have it. Now we can do this with jasmine, basmati, brown rice. As I mentioned, we can make paellas with yellow rice. Most of that is going to be a 1-to-1 match, but with the Japanese rice, I always do, as I mentioned, 1-to-1 and a couple more tablespoons, and it comes out absolutely perfect. Now, with future recipes, I like to make the rice with my meals. So I'll be doing chicken, pork, beef. We throw vegetables in there. We make a full meal, and you don't have to worry about the rice burning. It comes out perfectly. The meat cooks perfectly, and we'll be able to make some awesome, fantastic meals. Those will be coming up in my future videos. Thanks again for sharing the time. We had a great day today, and you've got perfect rice. Trust yourself with your pressure cooker. It is a safe apparatus, and now you can make perfect rice.